You want honey blocks, you want honeycomb, or you just think bees are really cute. An easy bee farm is going to get you everything that you want. I'm going to show you how to make this really simple bee farm that will give you loads of honey and honeycomb, and I'm going to give you the world to download. Don't you go anywhere. Hello everyone, and welcome to another farm tutorial from me, Avomance. And this one is going to get you buzzing. Yeah, I know, I'm sorry, I'll leave now. Today, I'm going to show you a really easy way to get lots of honeycomb and honey bottles without getting stung, so you can make all of your decorative honeycomb blocks and also those honey blocks that you use for the redstone contraptions. And it looks pretty okay too. Let's crack on with it. The top 3 rows are the exact number of items you need to make this farm the same way that I have. That works out at 610 glass and 121 oak wood, by the way. You also need loads and loads of shears and loads of empty glass bottles. You are going to need an area that is 19 across and 18 down, and yes, I have made that black and yellow bee colours. But don't panic, it'll all be gone by the end of the build. Around the entirety of this rectangle, place some oak wood, and then pick which one of the 19 long sides is going to be your back. And you are then going to make a platform that is 7 long inside your oak wood using a block of choice. I'm using stone brick. So it should look like that, with that stone brick area being at the back. Then at the edge of this platform, drop down one and replace it all with the same block, just for consistency. You want to go all the way down to the second from last row there. Then on this final row, dig down one and then replace the underside of that with the same block again. And when you've done that, trim all the edges down with that oak wood. So you should end up with something that looks exactly like that. Then increase the height of the sides and the back by 1 block. Leave the front the height that it is. And then with a temporary block, count in 1, 2, 3 along the back, and then come in at 1 and jump up 1 and 2 and come across 2 more. On that center block, grab a dispenser and face it towards you like that. Grab a hive and place it like that, and then grab a hopper, and you want to be placing that hopper shift clicking into the back of that dispenser. You can see the nib is facing into the dispenser. That's really important. Then standing on the hive, place a block using shift click on top of the dispenser, jump on top of that and place an observer facing downwards into the hive. You should see the redstone bum facing up towards you. Place a piece of redstone dust on top of that and a piece of redstone dust on top of that wood. Then get yourself a chest and place a chest using shift click on top of the hopper, and then a hopper on top of that chest. You can then remove those temporary blocks. Then come on the inside of this little contraption and go 1, 2, 3, and then place a 4th one and remove those middle 3 blocks. So you're going to repeat this on that section. So it should look like that. Then repeat that 2 more times. And it should look like that with even spacing between both of the side walls. It should be a 2 block gap. Then leaving a 2 block gap in front of that hive, come up 2 blocks and repeat the process, which will give you 2 rows of 4 little redstone contraptions. Repeat that 1 more time, so you've got 3 rows of 4. You should find you've now got 12 honey generators, and the front row is 2 blocks away from that front wall. Now grab 17 pieces of dirt and place them on top of your front wall. Then get 19 upside down wooden steps. If you're using oak wood, spruce is the best because the colour match is almost perfect. Then on that dirt, place a flower on each square. It should be 17 of whatever flowers you want. I like dandelions because there's plenty around me. I'm then going to come to the back of the farm up this end, and every 2 blocks I'm going to place a water source. I'm just going to pour a bucket in every 2 blocks, and that will make a continuous water source all along the back end, meaning the water will flow all the way across to our trench here, but not over it. I'm then going to come to this end of the trench, and I'm going to place a water bucket in the bottom of that. I'm going to come all the way to the other end of the trench. I'm going to place a water bucket in the bottom of that. That should run to the middle, but not right into the middle. I'm then going to punch out that center block, and I'm going to place a hopper facing into the block right in front of it. Then on the other side, I'm going to dig down twice, and I'm going to find my hopper right there. I'm going to dig out that wooden oak log there. I'm going to pop in a chest sideways there and there, so as I've got a double chest, and I'm going to get myself an upside down set of steps, and I'm going to place it just there. That means I can still open that chest. I'm then going to replace those, and I'm going to get a trapdoor, and I'm going to place it there so as I can easily open that up and get into my chest. I'm then going to make a 4-high wall all the way around the outside of this farm, except for one door-shaped size at the back. And once those walls are up, place a roof made out of glass all the way across the top, except don't cover any of those hoppers. Those hoppers need to have a chest on them facing whatever direction you want. So it should look something like that. Come to the back of the farm, and where you've got that 2-high gap I mentioned you to leave earlier, place 3 more wall blocks like that. And in that gap, I want you to place a door like that, and then grab some ladders. And you're going to place ladders on the glass. Don't put it on this first section here, that way you can't get followed up there by any zombies, and get all the way to the top of your farm. That means you can have access whenever you want to refill all of your dispensers. And this is where you have your choice. If you fill your dispensers up with shears, you're going to get honeycomb. If you fill your dispensers up with bottles, you're going to get honey. Now, if all you want is honey blocks, just use a load of bottles. If all you want is honeycomb, just use a load of shears. However, it's always good to mix it up a little bit. So I'm going to fill the 6 on the left-hand side with shears and the 6 on the right-hand side with bottles. Now, be aware that for every bottle of honey that you get out of this farm, you are going to get 4 empty bottles as well, which you are going to need to replace. That's because the dispenser will shoot out a bottle every time that hive changes its state, and it is going to change state 5 times before the honey is ready. But that's fine, you can just collect the bottles at the bottom and whop them back in the top. And you can fill these up with loads and loads and loads of bottles, so you won't need to worry about filling them up very often. Similarly, you can put absolutely loads of shears in. Now, you just have to get some bees inside. Now, this can house up to 36 bees, which is a lot of bees. However, you can put fewer bees in there and breed them up. It will just be slightly slower to produce the stuff until it's completely full. Getting the bees in, however, is the real trick. First, you need to find yourself a bee, ideally more than one. And when you do, you can try and get them in by holding a flower. You can drag them along a little bit like when you put sheep in a sheep farm or cow in a cow farm. Come along to your door, and if you open up your door and actually go in, these bees will follow you in because they want this flower. You can then trap them in there, and they'll just fly around and find themselves a new home in one of those hives. Alternatively, if you've got a lead, you can attach that to a bee as well, and you can drag them in that way. It's not quite as nice, and I don't think the bee's quite as keen, but it is another way of doing it. Now, bees breed using dandelions, so if you hit both of the bees with a dandelion, they have a little bit of a bee dance, and a little baby bee comes out as a result. And that is definitely one of the best ways of increasing the number of bees inside your farm. After a time, you will have loads and loads of bees inside. Babies will grow up into adult bees and then can be bred as well. They will then go and get their pollen. All their bums will get a little bit dotty, they'll take them into the hives, and eventually you'll be getting out honey bottles and honeycomb until you don't know what to do with it all. This farm takes a little bit of time to get going, but once it's rolling, you are going to get loads and loads of honey and honeycombs. We are going to let it roll for 1 hour and see what we get out of it. And whilst I'm waiting, I'm just putting a few bushes around it, because you can never have too many bushes. So that has been just about 1 hour. Let's see what we got inside our chest. So we have got 1, 2, 3.5 stacks of honeycomb, 1, 2, 3, 4, very nearly 5 stacks of honey bottles. And also, as expected, about 5 or 6 stacks of empty bottles that I can just feed straight back into the machine. Now, given that you need 4 of each thing to make the block of choice, that means that you have got around about 20 honey blocks and a massive 56 honeycomb blocks from 1 hour's AFK. And what's cool is you also get the 4 empty bottles back to feed back into the machine. So there you have a really simple honey or honeycomb farm that you can make into any design you want. I've made this the most basic way, just a dome of glass. Build it into a house, make it into a tower, do whatever you want. The possibilities are endless. Just make sure you got some bees nearby, otherwise you're going to struggle to get it started off. Remember, this world is available on a world download for both Bedrock and Java worlds. Oh my god, I hope it works on Bedrock. Just go to avomance.com and hit the free downloads tab and you will find them right there. If you have enjoyed that video, please do remember to slap that like button. It'd be great to know you enjoyed them, and I will keep on making. And also, if you've not done it already, please do hit that subscribe button. It'd be great to see you in my sub club, and I look forward to seeing you in another video. You take it easy now. Bye.